Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of IIBM podcast. So, as we know, in today's competitive world, English communication is one of the major concern for career. It is a skill that opens door for higher education, better jobs, global opportunities, and personal confidence. However, many students, especially Bihar Board students, feels nervous when it comes to speaking in English. So, to guide on this topic, we have Assistant Professor Umang Sir with us. So, welcome, sir.
Why English communication is so important for students, and what practical approach does IIBM Patna offer for students?
Why English communication is important? To understand that we need to go back. Why English is important? So in order to understand this, we must revisit history right now. With the expansion of the British Empire, they took this language, their language English, to all parts of the world, every continent except Antarctica, because there were penguins and penguins have no need of this language. So from Africa to Asia to Far East, in Americas, even parts of South America, English was there. This is the first and the foremost criteria of how English as a language spread throughout the world. Second was Industrial Revolution began in Britain. So the spread of technology also happened to be in English. Because if we look back, Industrial Revolution, the first machine was the printing press developed by William Caxton. So from there we start the journey, and each and every technology that spread in that period was in English. So these are the two main factors. Then the third factor came in after the Second World War. By that time, America became the economic superpower. So majority of the companies, the multinational corporations, which were established after the war, preferred English to be their good language because they were controlled by either America or the United Kingdom. Third, with the growth of these two countries, and especially America, and the control over the world economy, what we today see is that nearly 1/5 of the global trade is controlled by nations who speak English. Nearly 1/5, almost 20%. And even if a country like Japan is doing some trade with America or with Spain or with India, the common language between these two countries will be in English. Because we know Hindi or Tamil or Telugu, they only know their own language. So a common language that was created is English, developed in Britain and then used by the world equally for this. And why is it important for the students is because, like I recently mentioned right now, when the world is connected by a single language, then you require that, because in the corporate sector, what you need to understand is that for your professional growth, you need to have more than above average level of understanding of English. Because let's say you work in a company which has its offices in Middle East. So how will you communicate? Your language is, let's say, Hindi. Their language is Arabic. So this becomes the common language. The second aspect is that the corporate world requires you to impress people. And English is one such language which can make you impress people. Because there are two reasons for it. Because if you know English, you can speak globally, you can connect with people globally. And the second is because most of the work is done in English. If we take any textbook of management, textbook of accounting, textbook of BCA, programming languages, all are in English. So when your core subject is in English, so you need to have a very commanding presence of that language in your body. All right. So, and then again, if you are in the technical aspects of it, but like I said, you need to have above average level of understanding of English and the speaking ability of English. And then to your third question, what is IIBM doing for English communication, is that we have a dedicated skill development program where the primary focus is spoken English. And we on a regular basis We organize activities in the class like group discussions or panel discussions. Even debate competitions are organized in our institute. So we are promoting that the students go there, speak, and speak confidently in English. Because you will start at the beginning with incorrect words and incorrect sentences, but at the end of the day, there will be some improvement. So we are looking for that improvement in each and every candidate of ours.
So, sir, but the problems occur when Bihar board students or Hindi medium students start speaking in English. They feels that they're making mistakes, and that's why they not able to speak truly in English. And also the problem is when they study in Hindi, the whole subject in Hindi, because they are native language students. So they are feel very hard in terms of English. So how they can improve that and overcome from that?
So the technical term for a person whose native language is not something he wants to be an expert in or he wants to be fluent in to a certain extent, it is called foreign language anxiety. So we can reduce foreign language anxiety, because my confidence level in Hindi will always be more than my confidence level in English, because that is my mother tongue, irrespective of the fact that I will be speaking Hindi more incorrectly than English. Alright. So the problem is not whether you are speaking correct English or correct Hindi. The problem is that you are not at all speaking that foreign language. And it is again connected to a different kind of phobia that is called glossophobia. Glossophobia is the fear of speaking in public. So it can be with any language, your mother tongue also, English also, or any language you want to study or learn. Your question about why Bihar board students and Hindi medium students they face this problem is, the primary reason is that which I see is English education is not given that importance in Bihar board especially, and they mostly focus on grammar. So grammar is a particular set of rules. If a student is unable to bring those rules into practice, he won't be able to speak good English or any language. So what they do in schools in Bihar is they dictate the grammar rules and they ask the students to memorize it. That is the first step, is good enough. The second step is praxis, that the student is able to apply that particular knowledge, that which he has learned, and speak correctly. That they are unable to do. So how do we overcome that fear? In correct English or speaking English in front of a crowd, the first and the foremost exercise which I tell my students is, take the newspaper in the morning, open the selfie camera of your phone, put it on video mode, record the front headline, the main headline of any newspaper. It will be always in the block letters, 800 to 900 words. It will take you approximately 7 to 8 minutes to read. You read that very slowly, 110 words a minute. You read it and you keep the video aside. Your job will be to look at the video on the 30th day. You will see drastic improvement in your pitch, your intonation, your expression while you are speaking. In these 30 days itself, compare the first video and the 30th video, you will see the difference. The second is that whatever the situation be, you speak in English, you try to speak in English, even if you are speaking incorrectly. And here comes the issue of glossophobia. It is linked with the fear of rejection, that if I am unable to speak correctly, people will reject me, and the fear of failure attached to it. So don't care about that. You become thick-skinned. Even if the people are rejecting you, they reject. My job is to speak English, and that is how you will proceed, and that is how you will improve. The primary criteria of any language is the transfer of meaning. If I am speaking incorrectly even right now, if the meaning is transferred to you, the purpose of that language has been solved. Correctly and incorrectly will come afterwards. So when you practice it from incorrect to correct, you will move. This will be the progression. But you have to accept that even if I am speaking incorrectly, I'll speak. That is something that the students have to do. And for that, there is two major exercises that I tell my students. One is you inhale, very hard inhale, and then you exhale also very slowly. You do this 10 times a day. And the second is box breathing. Box breathing is you inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, exhale for 4 seconds, then repeat the process again. This also for 10 minutes. These two exercises, whenever you are going to speak English, you do this, you will see improvement in yourself. That is the basic purpose right now of students who are unable to speak English. They should do this and they'll see improvement within a month or two. They'll see that.
So the main motive is to don't focus on mistakes. Just speak.
Don't focus on mistakes. You need to speak, because once you start speaking, because what happens that each and every student, he or she has certain knowledge of English, because we are taught. Even in Bihar Board we are taught. So if he or she is doing a mistake, somewhere back in their mind, he or she is aware that this is the mistake I have done. So when he or she will go back and brainstorm that particular event, the student will be able to take out the points where the mistake was done. Next time he'll try to improve on it. Next time there might be a situation where he'll make a mistake on a very petty thing, like for example on the simple proposition he can make a mistake. But with practice you improve, because Francis Bacon is a very renowned English essayist. His view is that if you listen good, then only you will speak good, then only you will write good, and when you will write good you will become an exact man. So listening is also very important. You need to keep your ears open, you need to listen carefully, you need to then speak carefully, and then only you will be able to write clearly. This is the process, and I believe what Bacon has said.
So sir, as you said, English is very important for communication. But if some students is very skillful in some core subject or some practical knowledge, with only that thing, does they able to succeed in their life and get a good job?
Actually, your technical skill, which is related to your core subject, can fetch you a job. But even then, the organization which you have joined will ask you to either improve your English, or they will create an English language program for all those employees for 3 months or 4 months. That is the industry standard, what I have been witnessing. And what happens is that the company is not going to pay for that particular class, all right. So the remuneration which you will be getting as a person very good in your core subject but very mediocre in the English language communication department will be far less than a person who is mediocre in his technical skills but great in English communication skills. Because there is a book edited by Peter Church where Narayan Murthy is speaking the interview. He actually documents the interviews with industry experts, where Narayan Murthy says that I can train that person to match that particular skill, but training him to speak in English is far more difficult, and that requires much more resource, that require much more money, that requires much more time. So I don't have all these three. So I'll accept a person who is mediocre in his technical skills, and in a month, because I have people there, I'm paying them bucks, huge bucks. They can train that person. For communication, I need to hire someone, I need to pay him, I need to organize a proper classroom setup for it. So it requires investment, and I don't have that. And even if I have that money, I'm not going to spend, because the market is open, there are people over there, I'll choose and I'll bring him over there. So that is one example. The second is that, let's say you get a job, there is no such requirement of English language training in there, but what about office communication? Even if you join at a very junior level, if you have to create a memo of stationery, that will be in English. It won't be in Hindi, it won't be in any local language. Even if you need to ask someone about something, or let's say you need to ask someone for help, that I require help in this particular matter, via professional piece, a professional email or a professional WhatsApp message, that will be in English. In boardrooms, when you will be handling presentations, that will be in English. No other language is acceptable in there. And then again, connecting to a technical aspect, for students of BCA, MCA, your programming language, the script is Roman. The programming language, major textbooks of each and every programming language is in English. So the person who is hiring you has in his mind that this person is to a certain extent good in English, that he can manage these things. If he is below good, then it becomes a problem. But then again, exceptions are there in the world, so I won't be talking about these exceptions. But on a very general level, if your technical skill is, let's say, 80%, and your communication skill, what we require, is above average, you will get a really good job. Without this English language communication, the difficulty is qualifying the interview itself.
Like the first step, they will discuss.
And that person who is getting a job only solely based on his technical skill, that becomes an exception. Because nowadays what the industry standard is, before the interview round, there is a pre-screening round. And in that pre-screening, either there will be an aptitude test and there will be a GD round. So in the GD round, you will see that they'll ask around 15-20 candidates to be in there, and there will be a camera monitoring, or there will be a person in the right hand side sitting on a chair, and he'll be listening to each and every one of them. So if you don't qualify these rounds, let's say you are very good in logic and reasoning, you qualify the aptitude round, then comes the GD round. And if you don't qualify the GD round, you are not going for the interview round. So the step is before interview itself, the group discussion round. So that much knowledge of speaking English you must acquire anyhow, and that will only come through practice. And I generally believe that 15 minutes if you give to this language, 6 months you will be good enough for the industry. If you have no understanding right now of English, 6 months will be good enough that you are able to express your ideas, that I said, to be clear, spasht, exact. When you become that, it is good enough for you. It is really good. And then your growth projection in your career will be really good.
My last question is, what is your message to our college students who just started their college journey or at the beginning of their college life?
School was all about discipline. You wake up at 5, classes begin at 6:30, you are back at home by 12:30, then take your lunch, then 4 to 6 is sports, then from 7 onwards is revision, homework, study. So this is discipline. What happens is, most of the students after the school life, once they enter college, this discipline goes away. This is the foremost problem I am seeing with the students right now, is that they are focusing or giving more time to social media. I'm not against social media, but the time should be divided. How much time you need to give on social media, how much time on studies, how much time on sports. This division of work, this division of your activity is not proper right now. This is the most important concern right now for me. The second is, because we are talking about the importance of English, if you want to succeed in college, start in your school life itself. Start reading good books. Begin with Robinson Crusoe. Begin with Jane Austen. Read some of the later works of Charles Dickens. Read it. Once you read these books, your peripheral vision will open up. So your vision is not like a horse, a single vision. A horse's vision, what we do is, we place something like this. This is not required in this globalized modern world. You need to have a peripheral vision. You need to view things very clearly, and a 360-degree view is required. So these books will open up that. And read Shakespeare. Shakespeare has presented each and every human emotion possible in his works. read Hamlet, read Othello, read King Lear, read Twelfth Night, read these 4 plays, read Dickens, read Hard Times, read David Copperfield. You have to read these books, and these should be completed. These books you should read by 12th. That should be the primary focus. And 7-8 books and some poetry. Poetry, at least Shakespeare, so you must read. And you read Wordsworth, you read Shelley, you read Keats. You read these people. Apart from all these, what you need to do is make the newspaper your second best friend, because the best friend will be human. So make the newspaper your second best friend, and it will help you a lot.
So thank you, sir. I hope students will get valuable insights and valuable knowledge about English, about their life, and I think
Thank you.
they will learn a lot of things after watching this video. So thank you for
Welcome, sir.
giving valuable words for us and our students.